Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, Chaos from Derailed, and welcome to the final part of Sonic Frontiers. Yes, we're finally ending this game off today. And, it's been a while because this game's playthrough was started way back back when the game first released, actually, and it is currently, at the time of me recording this, September of 2023. And as I mentioned last part, I think last part. But if not, then I'll say it again this part. But the game's final DLC releases, the third DLC update releases this month, September 28th of this year. And all the other, DLC stuff added in this game is already out at this point. You probably may have seen it in action or maybe seen me run past some of the DLC in this world, but I haven't really showed it off because I, you know, want to save that for a future part. I'm not going to show off everything, but, Yeah, I just want to apologize for that because I've been busy with a lot of stuff in life at the moment. That's why this playthrough has been taking so long to get uploaded. It would have been done earlier, but, you know, life happened. Like I said before, started back when the game first released, and it's now 2023 of September. But, we're just going to end the game here. This is the final part. Just getting the last few emeralds. And this is our second time we're seeing this hacking mission. The first time we saw this hacking mission in Chaos Island, I believe. I think we only did that once, and this is the second time we're doing it. Pretty much how it works, you can switch between light and dark to shoot down the little turret enemies. And once you fill up a meter at the bottom, you can press, I believe, R2, it says at the bottom. And, this is your ultimate attack. There you go, R2. One thing I didn't know about this, I'm going to say this right now, is whatever color you're shooting, either the light or dark bullets, any other bullets the enemy shoots at you, let's say the enemy shooting light bullets at you and you're shooting, your light missiles or, projectiles at the enemy. If the bullets actually hit you, like the actual projectiles, you won't take damage. So you're safe. Ignoring that, but I think I showed off at one point. Maybe it's this one or maybe it's the third one we do. But you are safe when you are shooting the right colored bullets when the other one hits you. If that makes any sense. Yeah, these are pretty easy, they're not that too difficult. Then again, I'm not expecting like Ikaruga or Toho type difficulty because this is still a kids franchise and there are kids who are going to be playing this, so I wouldn't expect it to be like super hard. Famous last words, but if you know, you know, if you play this game already. Yeah, that's the second shooter section. I don't really mind these, especially since I'm used to playing Kirby. Since Kirby is known for having a few of those shooter sections in his games. But yeah, Sonic Frontiers last part, we're ending it here. As for the next game we're gonna play, obviously since, I like to do things in order, with a few exceptions like Sonic Frontiers and games like Sonic Frontiers, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. The reason why I did those, out of order instead of like, playing the games leading up to those games at that point is because it's the latest game, I want to show it off. But after this, since I do want to do games in order, since that's how I pretty much roll, I want to do Sonic Adventure because I already did Sonic 1, 2, 3, and CD. So it makes sense to do the adventure games like Adventure 1, 2, Heroes, '06, Same with Kirby. I haven't played Dreamland 1 because I gotta emulate that, but and Dreamland 2. But any other game like Superstar, Kirby Dreamland 3 I haven't played yet, and 64 I can easily record. And then I do want to do the rest of the games in order, but most of the other games I have to emulate since most of them are handheld. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, to be honest.
That means you're important to him.
You think he cares about me?
Well, sure. In his own way.
Also, if you may notice, the game audio was out of sync, which it's not my. I don't even know what's going on, to be honest. I do fix some of the audio issues with a few of the cutscenes that actually do matter. Not the, one where the characters are talking to each other like we just saw there, but where the cutscenes were the ones with the actual cinematic in them. Yeah, there's a music note that's part of the DLC, but I'll show that off when I can. Yeah, the audio issues, I do not know what's happening, especially with my laptop. So maybe it's something with my laptop, maybe it's not. Maybe it has to do something with the capture card. I'll see what's wrong, because a lot of what's going on behind the scenes is not fun. Because that's also a reason why this playthrough has been delayed so many times. Just behind the scenes tech stuff that's been happening with my laptop and all that. This is actually the reason why I can't really do many streams anymore for this channel. Which I really wish I could, but it happens. We have our green emerald. And now we gotta collect Sage's memory tokens, which, if you saw the last part, we did some memory token collecting. Unfortunately, it is not enough, as you can see here. So we gotta do some memory token. Like, nothing stopping me from going to Big right now and collecting some memory tokens, but if it's a low amount of memory tokens I collect, and if there are any obstacle courses, which there are a lot of in this game, I can easily, collect those memory tokens easily, which I will do here. If I can get up. There you go. But yeah, after this, well, at the time of me recording this, Sonic Superstars is gonna come out in a few months, and as much as I do want to do these games in order, and I really do, I will do these games in order. So the next Sonic playthrough will probably be Sonic Superstars, just so I can get that out of the way. And then afterwards, as I promised, I will do Sonic Adventure. Because after this, I will be doing the games in order. Unless the new game gets announced, and I'll be pissed off because of that. But we'll see what happens. But all I know is Sonic Superstars is going to be the next game, and after that, I'm going to go, start playing the games like Adventure 1. I'm not doing Adventure 2. Chris is doing Adventure 2. I'll be doing Heroes 06, Unleashed, Colors Generations, and Lost World. Actually, no. I'm not even doing. Chris is doing Lost World as well. So yeah. So as you saw there, Sage has a small memory token count. So all we gotta do is just do some of these small obstacle courses, collect some of the remaining memory tokens in the open world, or enough as we can collect. Then we can talk to Sage. So we can grab that last emerald. But it shouldn't take long to get these, because these obstacle courses are pretty small, pretty easy to navigate. That's me just trying to think of a good word. And yeah, it's actually pretty much all I can say at this point, because as I said before, no one's with me. I can't really talk to anyone else besides the audience at the moment. And it's not like this is live or anything, so I'm not talking to them live. But hey, you can still comment talk in the comments below. I'll look at those, interact with you guys, because why not? And like I said before, this probably won't be the first and last time we'll be doing post commentary, both post commentary and basically just having one person playing a game or talking to them or being with themselves for a playthrough, like what I'm doing right now. Because shit happens, and this is pretty much the option I have to go for, which I don't mind. These are pretty easy, to be honest. I do mess up there because I got nervous, making the whole timing situation here. Jump. And I still get hit. But yeah, post commentary and basically, solo commentaries like this one. There you go, that's the right term. Solo commentaries like this one here aren't going to be the first. Well, it's probably the first time because I'm the first one doing it at this point, but it's not going to be the last time we're going to do it. So, and as I mentioned before, last part, we're all busy at the moment, either with jobs and scheduling issues. So, we're seeing what we can work out. We're talking about this behind the scenes during meetings and stuff. So. And there we go, enough memory tokens so we can finally talk to Sage. And the last time we actually get to talk to Sage with all these memory token counts. Because holy crap, that is a whole lot of memory tokens. The game wants you to go through all these obstacle courses, which I don't mind. It's just, you want to get things moving after a while, and it's like too many memory tokens. I think I mentioned this before, but if I haven't, then me and Chris are doing the Zelda games together, and we are canceling Zelda too because that game is stupidly hard, and I haven't played it myself, but after the playthroughs I've seen, and after watching him go through that, it's like, nah. And 7 palaces of that, we're not doing that. So we're gonna cancel Zelda 2. We're skipping to Link to the Past, and then, all the other games moving forward. So we're gonna have a easier and more fun time with that.
Focus on the task at hand. Use your power to start the system. Hurry, our time is limited.
But we're gonna do another Toho Ikaruga or Ikaruga. I don't know. You could pronounce it however you want, or I honestly don't care. But this is another shooter section, and it's quote unquote our last one. But I'm not gonna say much. Like the last two, it's still pretty easy. It's not that difficult. And that's pretty much all I can say. The music is pretty good though, that's all. And I freaking died immediately, so ignoring that. Then again, that's me getting too chaotic with where I'm shooting. At the same time, being way too careful not to get hit. But it's pretty much, a timing thing. You gotta choose which missiles you want to shoot out. Yeah, right here. You're perfectly safe. If you switch to the actual color of the missiles you're shooting at, the projectiles won't hurt you. This right here is absolute chaos. So yeah, better to play it safe. Again, they can't hurt you if you're the same colors. I know that's probably a race joke in there somewhere, but I'm gonna stop myself. Then again, I'll shut up. I'll shut up right now. Yeah, it's almost over at this point. It's gonna start shooting at you, the main turret, and it dies pretty easily after all the projectiles, the special attacks we used on it. But that's it with those hacking missions, quote unquote. But as I said before, I'll let you see. Then again, the game's already been out for since last year. So for those who've played the game, you already know what's gonna happen. But we finally opened the door to the temple, and we finally have access. We finally have access to the last emerald, or second to last emerald.
Emerald number 6, here we come. So, earlier you said I had 0 chances of winning.
I'm actually happy because, you know, because Sage is probably the best character we've had in a while in a new Sonic game. And we all, ever since her appearance and, you know, after the game's release, we all wanted merchandise of Sage. And we are getting merch of her in the form of a plush, which I don't mind, you know.
The threat we face is beyond imagination.
I'm actually happy we're getting merchandise for Sage.
I can turn that despair of yours into hope.
And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna say right now, I actually always wanted merchandise of Infinite, and I'm so glad we got a figure of the dude. Because dude, while his character sucks, I'm glad we actually got a figure of him. You know, his design is still pretty cool. But, you know, we're gonna get to Sonic Forces when we get to that, alright? But that's Emerald 6.
One more. I gotta hurry up.
Sonic!
I know. You're not fast enough, so I found it for you. Go ahead and beat that giant! Don't you dare lose it!
Now why would I want to disappoint you?
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is our final Titan of the game. And it is the second to last boss of the game in general. Rocking a cool ass gun. We're taking on Supreme. Yes, I did laugh when I saw that name, especially with it doesn't help with the color, the back, you know, the tape it has on it. Pretty much, this Titan acts the same way as Giganto, the first Titan on Cronus Island. Only this one has, you know, turrets. But how this works is you gotta destroy one of the turrets for it to do this attack right here. Once it does that attack, you parry all those, you know, projectiles it shoots at you. And then once those turrets are destroyed, you wail on him pretty much. Pretty much fight him the same way you did with Giganto. Like, it even has the same, you know, QTE when you do the special attack like that, when you parry it. And we're at the second phase of, you know, Supreme at this moment. And it's gonna have its own back attack with these pillars. It now has the ability to fly now, takes off. And just starting with the, well, just like the Night Titan we fought before. You know, it doesn't appear in the battle at all. Those wings disappear completely. It's like, what's the point? I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but something didn't translate well. This is pretty much a 3D bullet hell, to be honest. This is pretty much what it is. But like I said before, you gotta take down these turrets. If you go attack it, you know, like this, you know, you won't get a chance to, you know, attack Supreme itself. So you gotta destroy one or two of the turrets first, then you can take on the dude. Because he will destroy all the turrets and then reform them again. And yes, he will eventually attack you like that. And it can be finicky because while you will be you saw multiple times right there, I am attacking one of the turrets and try to destroy them. I will actually hit Supreme himself. Well, you know, once you get, you know, the controls down, you'll attack him pretty easily. And we just wail on him like we usually do. And if we can hear in the background, it is playing the main theme of Sonic Frontiers, I'm Here. Pretty good track, you know, not the best track ever. But at this point of the battle, you know, Supreme won't take any more damage because there is a specific QTE you have to let him do before you can attack the dude again. And this is when the bullet hell gets really, really chaotic. As you can see here, I'm not doing damage to the dude. And this right here is what happens if you try to attack him without destroying one of the turrets. I don't know how you block that, if there's a way to block that, but it's annoying whenever that happens, but as long as you have enough rings, you know, you're pretty good. That, and also you level up your attack and defense. So this is me trying very carefully to attack the turret, but I end up attacking Supreme anyway. But you know, you gotta let it hit him so you can get his gun out. And easily, I don't even know what happened there. I don't know if he blocked it or attacked, you know, avoided it, but it's weird, alright? I don't even know what happened, but this is the last we take care of Supreme. He's taken down, and boom. And that's that. But unlike the other Titans, he didn't get destroyed completely. He's still standing.
Is that it?
All we did was chase it out of its shell. It's retreating into space to regain its true form. Even Supersonic won't be able to stop it. I know what I must do. I must leave you.
I understand. Go. Fulfill your function.
Hurry, before it regains its full strength.
Ladies first.
Be careful, dear daughter.
He took your home world. He took your lives. Are you going to let him do it all over again? I need your help. We can end this. Please.
Victorious.
So, final boss of Sonic Frontiers, ladies and gentlemen, the end. It is a moon. Apparently, well, I'll go over it, but as you can see here, the final boss is the Ikaruga Toho shooter we've been doing on the past two islands. And it is a mixed bag for a lot of people. Some people actually don't mind this, and there are a lot of people who actually are pretty upset that this is the final boss and how it is. It's like, this is it? The shooter we've been doing? It's like, really? And I will admit, yeah, this is a pretty lame final boss. They could have done something really cool, but no, it's the shooter that we've been doing these past two islands. The one thing I will say though, obviously being a Sonic game, the music for this final boss kicks ass. It's called I'm With You, and it's a pretty good theme. I actually do really like this final boss track. Now, well, since I'm talking over it, but I really can't do anything about it because the audio issue I'm having with being out of sync, but the end is speaking. There is dialogue for this thing, going over, you know, what happened, what its motives and all that. Pretty much, it's literally the void, the actual end we're fighting. And long story short, TLDR, whatever you want to say, its job is to bring order to the universe. It doesn't like how the universe is chaotic, how there are different planets and all that, all the stars, everything. So, let's say, hey, I'm gonna destroy everything in the universe to bring order instead of, letting it stay. And it also sees the Chaos Emeralds as a threat because, Chaos Emeralds, so, and it wants to bring order, so it makes sense. Unfortunately, the end was trapped by the Ancients. This is what the Ancients were trying to protect the planet and their planet from. They failed completely, so they try to protect Earth from this beast as well. Until Sonic accidentally freed it, and we gotta take it down. And it was the one, piloting Supreme, the final Titan we were, battling. Pretty much, same way the other shooters work. Fill up your meter for the special attack, and does a lot of damage to it. At one point of the battle, you will stop doing damage to the thing because, it has to finish the speech. I'm curious what they're going to do with this battle, if they are going to change anything for this battle for the last update, because Kishimoto did say he wants to change a few things for the Sonic Frontiers ending. It's not a new thing when games have different endings, like Kirby, for, example. The true arenas exist for, either the true ending or a what-if ending, because it's either like, oh, this is what actually happened, or there's more to this. And I don't mind, because I don't mind Sonic doing either what-if or a true ending for this, series, if they want to start doing this at the moment. Oh, if they're going to do it for this game anyway, but we'll see what happens. But if Kirby can do it, Sonic can do it as well. I don't mind it. Yeah, the inevitable end, the void itself. Why is it in the form of a moon? Apparently, from what Kishimoto has said, it's supposed to take on a form depending on who's looking at it. And from what I read, I gotta check that out again, because from what I read, death can also be symbolized as the moon itself, and that's why it's in the form of a moon. So if Eggman's looking at it, he could probably be seeing something different, like... So I can't think of anything clever to say, but he's probably looking at something else if he was looking at the end at the moment. But yeah, that's the reason why it's actually in the form of a moon. When I first saw this, when I saw it was purple, I honestly thought that's me dying, because I was trying to be careful as I can, but whatever. But when I first saw the moon, I thought it was like, my brain started, moving the gears, because I thought, I was like, wait a minute. Because we all know, Sonic Adventure 2, the moon got blown in half with the Eclipse Cannon. And moving forward, we never see that moon be blown in half again, with Izuka saying the moon rotated, which makes no sense, but, it's a fictional world with a hedgehog, so that can run at the speed of sound, and a fat doctor who's trying to take over the planet. So I'll let them do what they want, but who cares? But at that point, I was like, whatever. And then you get to Sonic Colors, where the moon got hit with the... what do you call it? the mind control beam, a part of the mind control beam, and it turned purple. Obviously, I'm gonna say this right now. I had no. For people who are curious of what that meant, it was supposed to be, from what I read, a reference to Adventure 2. It was an odd reference, an odd game to reference Adventure 2, but I don't care. But apparently the moon was going to be purple now. I thought it was going to lead into something else. Some people thought it led into the creation of the Time Eater, which makes no sense, but whatever. That's how powerful Supersonic is, to the point where he can actually, if he's going fast enough, he can literally fly through an entire planet. That is sick. And the shot of him just flying towards, the end was pretty sick as well. But Sage unfortunately sacrifices herself.
Please, look after Father.
Woohoo! Yes!
All right.
But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Sonic Frontiers. As for my final thoughts of the game itself, obviously I'm not going to give it a score like 1 out of 10 or 2 out of 10, or 9.5. I don't like doing number scores because, in my opinion, it's like, it's weird because some people say, oh, it's like this number score means this or this means that. Is it mediocre? Is it average? 7 is like bad. It's mid. It's like, I just don't like doing number scores. I'm gonna say that right now. So if anyone asks me if I can do a number score, I can't. I'm gonna say that right now. But my thoughts on Frontiers, it's a good game compared to the past games we've gotten, like Sonic Forces or Lost World, which are like 2 games after like Colors and Generations, which are pretty good. I know nowadays people look at Colors and Generations differently, especially Sonic Colors, because too much 2D. It's the start of like the 2010 Sonic and all that, but I still think Sonic Colors is still a pretty solid title. Either I will agree, too many 2D sections and the writing not being the best, but compared to stuff like Forces and Lost World, I still think like both gameplay wise and just gameplay wise, it's still fun. But we're not here to talk about Colors because we'll get to that when we get to that. We're talking about Forces. No, we'll get to that when we get to that. Sonic Frontiers. Both games start with an F, but I think Frontiers is a good game. Back when the game first released, on its launch, played through it, beat it in a week. And first and second playthrough, I enjoyed the first playthrough, second playthrough, and other playthroughs before the updates. I thought it was pretty good. It was not perfect by any means, but I still think it's a passable Sonic game. And for an open world, for the first open world Sonic game, I think they did pretty good. a lot of things do need to be ironed out, like some of the open world challenges and the obstacle courses, and just the world's feeling generally empty at some points. Granted, that's the whole point of the story. That's because, ancients and you're exploring this new abandoned, island. But hopefully if they do the open world gameplay again, I do want to see it, more added to it. Especially like, more missions, to make it more. Same favorite word at the moment. Just make it feel a lot more lively. But I'm not going to fault it because this is the story of the game that they went with. But Frontiers, even now with the updates themselves added to the game, it makes the game a lot better. And it raises the game score a lot higher. As I said, I'm not going to give it a numbered score because I don't like that. But it raises the bar a lot higher with all the stuff you can do. Especially with, oh man. The first and second update really raised the bar high for this game at this point and the score higher. And I do appreciate that. Because I would still play the game even before the updates. I still had fun, but the first and second update really made the game a lot better to play through. With all the options it gives you and stuff. Will I rank this? I don't know where I'd put this in the list of favorite Sonic games, but we'll have to see what happens with the last update. Because if the last update delivers, I'm not going to have high expectations. But if it does deliver, then Sonic Frontiers does have a place on that list of Sonic games. My top 5.
So, that was fun. But I guess it's time we got moving. I know you all have big plans.
You're gonna hardly recognize me when we see each other again.
I wonder if Cream and Sticks are free. Make a road trip out of it.
It'll be good to get back to my island. At least for a while.
We're wasting daylight. Let's go!
But yeah, overall, Sonic Frontiers is a solid title. Is it perfect? No. I think some people really like to. I mean, it's their opinion, and I'm not gonna, bash you for having your own opinion. But I think there are some people out there who really either want to overanalyze this game or really want to overhate it or overhype this game. And yeah, it's a lot of things, and I really don't want to get into that. I'm just here to give my thoughts, and I still think Sonic Frontiers is a solid game. It's not perfect, as I said before. A lot of things in this game need to be ironed out with the open world, and it being the first game, I understand. So I'm going to cut them some slack. But I'm just going to shut up at the moment because the song that's playing, One Way Dream, is performed by Nate Wants to Battle. Yes, he got to play a song for this game, and it is a fan-fucking-tastic track. So I'm going to shut up and let you listen to this great track. Sage lives. I don't know how, but she's back apparently. Ignoring everything that you're gonna see here about New Game Plus and all that and all the other stuff. But this was Sonic Frontiers. That was the Frontiers playthrough. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll see you guys for Sonic Superstars, which is the next Sonic game we're gonna play. And I'll see you guys then. Peace.